the sun shines west. I know where the sun shines best. Oh, my mammy, my mammy, oh, my...
Liza Minnelli lost her mother Judy Garland in 1969, just as her own career was taking off. Garland died in London at the age of 47 from a drug overdose.
You yourself have said that you had to mother her when she was on tour, staying at hotel after hotel, and so on and so forth. I don't know really what I want to ask. What does that leave you with? A sense of poignancy for her, a sense of sadness? Or because she was in trouble and you were with her and you were in the position of a daughter but looking after her?
Well, that wasn't very often, but when it did happen, occasionally, she was very open. And she would talk, we talked as friends, always. And she'd say, man, and she'd complain about what was wrong. And we'd just talk. Get through it. You get through stuff. That's what she taught me. You get through it, and nobody knows what you're talking about or what's bothering you. It's not their business. Their business is what you do on the stage. I said, but Mama, I went to school on a bus the other day, and I passed a pasteboard thing saying, Judy Garland runs naked around the house screaming. She said, I said, Mama, we just finished having a boiled egg together. She said, they're going to say what they're going to say, Liza. Don't you understand? She said, that's not happening. This is what I want to talk about, because she worked through her problems. She was a woman who really knew how to do that, and she taught me how to do that.
Mama wakes up and she's alone. She's alone, she's alone. Mama wakes up and she's alone early in the morning. Morning, darling, my fair lady. Yes, she looks a lot like him. Yes, she does look. Yes. My fair lady. Baby, baby, bunting, Daddy's gone a hunting, Daddy's gone. Dormez-vous, Mama will stay near you, Mama will be near you, not your dad, that's too bad.
Can I just ask one thing that, don't answer if you don't, but did you feel it did you now feel that it kind of deferred your childhood in a way?
No.
You had to have your childhood later because you weren't having it then?
No.
No.
Judy was the juvenile. Liza was the adult. At the age of 12, she was interviewing cooks and servants and so forth.
Your father was a rock, wasn't he, really?
My father was wonderful.
Yeah.
So my parents were wonderful. My dad was just, he was beside me when I won the Oscar, and when I won the Tonys, and when I won the Emmy.
Liza Minnelli won her Oscar for Cabaret, a film about a nightclub singer set in Nazi Germany. But the film drew heavily on her experience on Broadway and her relationship with New York talents such as the director Bob Fosse and songwriters Kander and Ebb, all of whom had forged their careers on Broadway.
So getting back to your career, why was it so important for you going to New York, going across the continent?
Because that's where the stage was.
And you,
the live theater.
Yeah. And you didn't really have any lust for film?
No.
To be in it, no?
No, I'm telling you, I sat there and saw Bye Bye Birdie. And I remember I called my father and I said, Daddy, that's sensational. I think I want to do that. He said, okay. He said, you have to tell your mother I'm not going to.
Liza Minnelli's early work on Broadway led to her casting in Cabaret. The film stayed true to its roots in musical theatre, as Bob Fosse, the film's director, confined most of the film's action to a nightclub.
Bye, my liebe Herr. Farewell, my liebe Herr. It was a fine affair, but now it's over.
And though I used to care, I need the open air. You're better off without me, mine hair. Don't dab your eye, mine hair, or wonder why mine hair. I've always said that I was a rover. You mustn't knit your brow, you should have known by now. You'd every cause to doubt me, mine hair.
One reason Liza became an icon was because if you look at Cabaret, physically in that film she is an icon. She has a painted face, very strong makeup, very strong eye makeup, the very strong haircut, which is not even really necessarily a particularly flattering haircut, but it's very, very strong. So physically she is an icon in a sort of one-dimensional way.
In 1972, it was quite a year, wasn't it? The release of Cabaret and Liza with a Z, both directed by Bob Fosse.
Oh, he was wonderful. And dark and funny, and loved to laugh, and had a great point of view. Just, I thought he was a wonderful director.
Before he became a film director, Bob Fosse, on the left, had been a dancer for hire, and his unique choreography defined his style as an auteur in his Oscar and Emmy Award-winning work with Liza Minnelli.
Who came after you for the film part? Was it Fosse?
No, I got the job before he did.
It was such an extraordinary success. Do you have a view why it was such an extraordinary success?
Bob Fosse.
Really?
I was, I'm a director's daughter, of course. I'm going to say it's the director.
Trying to get at what you thought was particularly special about it.
His point of view.
Yeah.
And that the dark side that he treated with humor in a strange sort of way. It was black humor, but it was very entertaining and it was very sexy. He was a very sexy man.
So is she. Blackbird, no one here can love or understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all had. Make my bed and light the light. I'll be home late tonight. Blackbird.
It was a rather unusual thing to go then for a television spectacular, wasn't it, after that? Liza with a Z.
It was the first show
ever
where it was just one person doing a concert on stage. Ever. It was a first. It was on film. That was a first. Usually it was on videotape. And the law was that you were one person. If you were a woman, you had two men. If you were a man, you had two women with you as guest stars. To actually document and shoot a concert had not been done yet. And Fosse did it.
Was it done in a lot of takes because it was filmed, or was it done?
Once.
One single take?
8 cameras.
How long did it last?
An hour. Talk about pressure. One shot.
And it went through the roof?
Yes, thank goodness it did.